So, final stages. I think what was holding me up was getting the weathering, because I've been changing techniques a bit and found myself wondering what on earth to do. But where I finally got to, um, I think you saw the camouflage finish before. I got that to sort of the state I wanted it in. I've there was a transfer for this is a foot pad, I think probably rubber mounted on the airframe, in black inevitably because they're going to do it in black, but it looks far better in grey, so I've done it in grey. But what I did was make a very thin dark grey wash and paint that over the entire airframe, and it just tones everything down, blends in everything a bit, I think, and settles in some of the panel lines, and it gives it just a sort of gentle degree of aging and weathering. Detail the underside. I've used, these are your aftermarket resin lenses. I've got resin with a silver foil backing, I think, but they look quite effective as a light. There's a navigation light ditto on the back there. And then I've put the undercarriage in, put the radiator flap down slightly. I probably ought to do some more oil streaks underneath because they were quite prone to oil streaks. I've put exhaust stains on the side, fairly subtle, curved a bit where they're pulled down by the airflow over the top of the wings. I used a dry brush technique, so I mixed black and grey oil paint and then dipped a rough old brush in it, a small one. I wiped most of the paint off and then used it, so you get a more subtle, and then wiped it with tissue paper. Propellers on. I put navigation lights in, red for the port, green for starboard. They don't actually seem to indicate what colour, but I generally with these I drill a tiny hole in the back and fill that with a transparent paint, red and blue, because I think that's going to look more like a red bulb than painting the whole thing. And landing lights, again, I use the resin aftermarket lamp light units, and I'll put the covers on the top. I'll need to paint frames over the covers, possibly on the navigation lights too. I need to find the pilot straps to put in, because they would be left. They didn't come out. I've probably got some in the spares somewhere. I've put the reflector gun sight on, and I've been struggling through my references. Partly to do, apparently they often did carry a simple ring and bead gun sight, which is one of those classic crosshair rings in the cockpit, and then a single point right here in case the reflector gun sight got damaged or failed to work. So I think I put one on. I've got to put the aerial on. There's another small navigation light to go there, and the cockpit cover. What they don't supply is there's a handle on this side. I had to check my references carefully. It's only on the left-hand side, because I think the pilot would enter through the left-hand side, which is odd because in a case the aircraft turns over, there's a hatch on the side that the pilot can open and decide to crawl out. But it doesn't look as if they would get in that way, oddly. I think the mechanic would probably get on the right-hand wing route to help the pilot in and do his straps up and so on. But
so you've made a handle, have you? Is that
yes.
A handle you've made?
Yeah, that tiny little black.
Yeah.
I used some black wire I've got. I've got to clip the insides off a bit. And there's a rear view mirror to go on the top of the canopy. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. the odd few struggles, but that's going rather well. I'm beginning to sort of think through what I might do next. Haven't made my mind up yet. I know how excited everybody is. I certainly am.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh God, my heart's going now. Okay.
Right. Okay. Ta-ta.
Bye.
For now.